they're not trying to put out their fire. All they're doing is slowing it way down and making it way cooler so that personnel can get in there and cut it. You know, because if it's just like conflagrating, you know,
Yeah.
you can't do nothing.
Right.
You get that thing on it, slows it down, way down. You get in there and you work it. Yep. That was fun getting to do that. I used to. So I'm working as a welder. No, I'm going to school for welding.
Well, yeah, I went to school for welding.
You did?
When I was in high school, I did 2 years of tech school.
Yeah, I did a year, and then right after high school, I got on CETA, which paid me to go to school and get my certification.
Okay.
And when I was going that second time, these guys from the fire department came and said, this was like to be a firefighter. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, okay, so the initial plan was welding was always going to be my backup. You know,
Right.
That was just something I wanted to know. And
Right.
if I don't do something else, I can do that. And so I was like, firefighting sounds fun. So I went to school for one summer, for one semester, and took fire science. And at the end, I got hired by Allen County Fire and so I had to take a bunch of tests and do a bunch of shit. But I remember started, and the training camp was in Malibu.
Nice.
So I drive up Malibu and go up one of these canyons and go up to a bluff and then park in the parking lot and get out of my car, and the fucking skyline of ocean all the way and the helicopter sitting right in the middle. And I'm like, yes! I'm like, this is badass. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a couple of years in high school. I got certified in MIG, TIG, arc, cutting, plasma cutting.
Yeah.
The only thing I had left to do when I finished was pipe, getting my certification for pipe welding. I didn't do that, and I ended up joining the army and then going to college, so I didn't pursue it. But yeah, that was cool. My ambition at the time was, when I joined the army, it was so that I could get two things I wanted out of that: earn the money to go to welding technology school, so I could get like my associate's degree in welding technology, and to become a certified diver,
Yeah,
so
right.
I could do underwater welding.
Yeah.
Because those
I looked
people
into
were
that
making
too.
Big bucks, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I want to go learn to do that, right? But then I just got into other things. Once I was in the army, I changed my mind about a lot of things, you know what I mean? And I just started doing other things. But I did end up getting my diving certification.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And my wings, too. For what? Jumping out of airplanes.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. That was a fun time, man. The army, I'll tell you what. That was hard living, and it sucked being barked at all the time.
Yeah.
But the shit you did was freaking awesome.
I worked for the Park Service, and it's like you get to use all kinds of really cool machines, and nothing costs nothing. You know what I mean?
Nothing costs anything. Here's a weapon. You shoot off as many rounds as you want. Chow hall. Get seconds as much as you want. Don't worry about it. Right. But it was a lot of bullshit too. Being yelled at, being dropped for push-ups, and hurry up and wait. Oh, hurry up and rush over here. You stand around and wait for them. Do whatever it was they were going to do.
I worked for government agencies quite a bit. I know what it's like. Hurry up and wait. And then our motto was supposed to be, always look like you know what you're doing, and out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, our sergeant's tough, man. So when we give you an order, all we want to see is assholes and elbows. You better be running to do what
I always thought that was a no-brainer. Anyone who didn't do that was like, what's wrong with you, you know?
You know what? It was funny, man. Here's what I noticed. Most people got that, right?
Yeah.
Some people struggled because they just weren't physically able to do the things that were being asked of them. And those people usually got dismissed, rotated through. If it was an injury, they would get recycled or something like that. But there was always that handful of dudes that it was like a pride issue.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
They wanted to get in the guy's face about it. And that's when it became problematic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you were just willing to, swallow your pride and take the orders, then providing you weren't injured and you were helping out to do this stuff, then
Why don't we just put them together in the kitchen table? Be easier. Once or twice, it's not that bad. But Sharon's not even here
You
yet.
feel me on this one?
No, but Sharon's not even here yet.
I feel you on it.
And I'm not. Okay.
Hey, relax for a second. Relax.
You want to do that here? I'm not saying that. Yeah. So it's been a busy day on Facebook.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Well, like 100 and close to 200 birthday wishes and
Oh, wow.
or likes and
Right.
I don't know, several hundred. I'm probably going to be between all that and the fire. You know, because there's all this fire. I got pictures of me and there's fire in the background on my birthday.
Right.
You know what I mean? That and there's a lot of shit. There's probably more than like around 500 likes and comments
Nice.
today.
That's cool.
I put a video of her. We went to the fair on the Ferris wheel, and I got 15,000 views in just less than a week.
That's funny.
It's not even like
15.
I said. Yeah.
And guess where you'll never guess where the most popular country was.
Where?
Romania.
Romania.
She gets like 60%.
Just another day in my life.
That is flipping funny.
Yeah, weird. Canada was second.
It's just because someone in the media picked it up, showed it, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people.
And the trippy thing is they don't call and ask her. They just like find it out and make it up.
Like
Right.
on TV. That's
Made up the story.
Yeah.
in the video.
Woman had a phobia. This woman had a
What up, baby? Look
phobia.
at you.
I had
How
this
was
in the
it?
car. It was awesome.
What's
It was
going on
a
over there?
win-win. It was like so perfect. Because the executive director was there to see me come rolling in.
good,
Like, how can
good.
I help? How can I help?
Yeah.
And she said, everybody's going to other places. I was like, oh, I can help.
Right.
It's all part of my master plan to take over the universe.
Yeah. One
See how
county
much
to
alike we are? It's freaky, right? It's freaky. That's why when he starts pulling his shit, I was like, I know that one. Come on. I know that one. Don't I, baby? Don't I? Yeah, because I just applied for another job. I've been at this job since May 1st. I asked for a raise 3 times in the first week. I'm already on my second position applying for my third. May, June, July. It's been 3 months.
She's moving around.
You're
the
really
county.
great, Sharon, but we're going to need you to stay in one position for maybe more than 3 months if you can.
More than 1 month. I know, it's awesome. Yeah, and the job that I want is very community oriented. It's like get out there in the community. So I was like, how can I not show my face if I'm saying this is what I want to do? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I'm at a birthday party. I was like, no, I think I can do both. Yeah.
You did it.
It's too bad that you couldn't go to the parade. The parade is just like, it just gives people just pride, you know, living here. Here,
Oh, it's in the fridge.
I saw your footage of it.
Yeah,
I put a little
tiny bit, I think.
I'm good. I'm really good because Siobhan was the one that was there and saw me. It's perception employee. It's perception work.
Perception matters.
Not management. It doesn't matter to anything. It's perception. Oh, what? Babe, do you have a bottle opener or a corkscrew?
You're good.
which one of these do you want?
I'll go with white for now.
Okay.
And you don't have to put that in front of I like this. How do you like this?
I like it.
Good times. You're awesome. Can I help?
Really?
Absolutely. You gotta make sure that you got good color coordination here with parenting. It makes everything more appetizing,
Sure.
right?
Nobody eats gray food.
Yeah.
No?
Nobody eats great food.
I'm trying to purge as much as I can. I'm trying to let go a lot of stuff, but
You
it's
look
like,
at great food.
like the neatest thing, you know what I mean? 'Cause I know there's a lot of stuff I need, and if I don't have it, I need to buy it again. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, when Gary was cleaning out his garage, moved into my place, you know, we were going through his stuff, we were gonna have the yard sale, and everything he'd be like, oh, I was like, and here would be me, have you used it in the last 2 years? He's like, no, trash. Pick up the next one, and he'd be like, oh, have you used it in the last 2 years? He's like, no, like, trash. So then it came to his bowling ball. I was like,
Although the
have you used
sunflower
it in
seeds
the
are a
last-
bit
we were
gray.
dating 10 years, I think we went bowling for 1 year. I was like,
Good point.
and he was like, I was like, trash.
Yeah.
So then, like a week later, are you hearing this? So check this out. So a week later, I'm trying to, I'm like, trash that bowling ball. We haven't used it in like 5 years. So it was like a week or so later, we're driving around in his car, and he stops at a red light, and I hear, boom! And I'm like, what the hell is that? He's like, oh, I don't know. It's just something in the trunk. I don't know. Later on, I open up the truck. There's that freaking bowling ball. He still hasn't used it. Yeah. 5 years later, he
I think
still
I sold
hasn't.
that. I think it's gone now.
Did you? Aw, baby, was it hard for you?
No, I never used it.
I could have been
I
done.
mean, don't quote me on that. It could be.
Thank
used.
you. It's probably in
It could
storage.
potentially be used. Because I was in such a mad rush
To not get rid of your bowling ball.
I
I know.
get this every day.
Yeah, well, on the other side, coming up though, where the sun was setting, it was red like a fire.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
to. And now, we live in a town that doesn't have a bowling alley. There's no place to go bowling.
You can go bowling at Oakhurst.
They look good in the garden.
You can throw herbs out the finger hole.
It would look, yeah, it would look.
I have friends that have them in the yard.
Look good in the garden.
Got that cool marble,
Oh,
like,
whatever.
old.
There's a guy in our neighborhood who has all these old rowboats. Rowboats, bathtubs, all lined up in his front yard, right? Filled with dirt, and he's growing stuff in them.
That sounds cute.
Yeah, if one boat would sound
Like raised beds.
like seriously, all these. It looks like a boat junkyard.
It's a lot of work getting that much soil into something like that. Unless you have a power machine,
Yeah.
a tractor or something.
Laura, this looks beautiful. This whole table setting. I love the
Yeah,
herbs
thanks.
and the vase and the vase. So, and no, it's really quite the colorful, festive spreads. You did a good job. I love it. Thank you. Thanks for inviting us and having us be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I don't like to do much, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is what I like to do, is just be in my front yard.
Alright, well, it's my birthday. You'll be tired. You'll be tired. I like my birthday. I do celebrate my birthday. Oh, when's your birthday? October 27th. What? So you're a Scorpio. I'm right on the cusp. I'm October 22nd. Oh. I do, right? Exactly. It sure does.
So are you just like not smoking pot? Right.
Tiny little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Like I was really tripped up because I remember like in like January, February, March I wasn't smoking because I
Yeah.
really wanted this job. I was like, no, I'm not smoking. I'm doing my thing. So I finally got the job. Project Smile. I was doing that, my first job, and then I was all like, cool, like I'm out of the woods. They hired me. I already been working for like 2 months, and I'm like, sweet. Then I applied for that other job. Yeah, you got that job. Never any mention of any kind of test or nothing. A lot of times they'll say even in the
Listing.
listing,
Good.
it'll say, upon successful completion of a drug abuse.
Yeah. It's supposed to say that.
And so this didn't, and I was already working for them for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Then, so September 1st, I start my new, or September 4th, I think it was, my new role, my new position, and I was already working at it for 2 weeks. August, September, no. Maybe, yeah, probably 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, by the way, you need to have a physical. It was the day after I smoked that weekend when I left Ponderosa Basin, where I was house sitting for somebody, moving in there, and I found his weed. And I hadn't seen him in like a month and a half. And I saw his weed and his rum. I drank rum. Did I even tell you that? I drank it because I missed him. I did. It was because I missed him. It was true. It was really true. They were like triggers. I was like, oh, Gary. So I was literally drinking rum, which I never drink rum. And then I was like, screw it, I'll smoke weed. And then it was that morning. Monday morning, like, oh, I forgot. You have to go over there right now and get this test. That's when I called you in a panic.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I pretended I didn't ever get the message. And I just left the building. And I made up some story that I had to go somewhere in an emergency situation. And they're like, all right, well, next Monday. And then that next Monday, I had food poisoning. I called in. I don't think I could come in. Meanwhile, I'm drinking. I spent $100 on this cleansing system thing. $20 that I still owe you for their thing.
Oh, that's right.
$20. I owe him $20. You owe him $20.
I wouldn't have remembered it. You hadn't brought that in.
I remember money. What owes me and what I owe, I remember. But yeah. So what a freaking panic. So since then, I smoked a little bit in Fresno last weekend. I had a couple little hits. So I
Seems
don't
like
know.
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it to smoke it. It's too much of it. And honestly,
Just for the word.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
the worst part.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I
I'll
didn't smoke.
pick and choose.
I didn't smoke for 8 years when I was a truck driver for 10 years. The last 2 years, it was like, okay, I would do it when I knew I was going to have 3 days off. You know, but I didn't start smoking, you know what I mean? But for 8 years, I went without smoking. And, you know, I used to smoke a lot when I was younger.
Boy, that shit.
You know, and the funny
Piss
thing is,
testing programmers, you might as well piss test rock stars.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I don't really like the taste of it, number one. Then when I'm done, I feel stupid. And then after that, I just eat a bunch of garbage I wouldn't normally eat. There's really nothing that good comes from it. The only thing I do like it for is I have a couple glasses of wine, and then I really don't need that much.
Quarter hit.
A quarter
Yeah.
hit. And then it just like
It's so-
sort of gives me a nice, that's what I like it for that little bit of time that I have that particular high.
I find that I'm more creative. I see that my pictures are better when I'm home. You know, I mean, even when I'm out here looking at it,
Yeah.
oh, that's better.
Yeah, so whatever. I agree though. At this point, it's just not worth it. So they opened up the road. You can go back down the road now, but not into the basin. Like you can go down to the basin. They closed off going into Oakers. There's that bridge. But now you can go.
You can go all the way to Oakers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure that's the road they opened, but they're still not letting people back in their homes from the basin.
Man, when they had that fire here on Father's Day, it was right here, man. And it started over there, right? And I'm like, oh, and then it started burning all this way, but on the other side of this mountain,
I
back
remember
there.
seeing the pictures of that
Yeah,
one.
and
Video of that.
it was. I mean, it was right here. Yeah, you're not. I mean, like that's way out there, but yeah, this shit was right here, man. Damn. It was so incredible, man, to be here and see the whole thing, because it was non-stop planes and helicopters, like all day.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Did they try to evacuate you here?
Everyone evacuated. They called, and
We had to sign a thing. Like Lynn did,
Yeah,
our friend
uh-huh.
down there is not leaving his place either.
yeah, I
He
had a
to
sign
form.
saying, and
And
then
what if you refuse to sign? They could carry you off?
no, they just tell sheriff. You don't have to sign it.
You don't have to, but they
I
just
s-
need it on record that they made an effort to get you
Yeah.
out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
Covers
it's just,
their ass.
cover their own ass. I got you.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not saying they don't care about you, but I actually believe that they do.
Yeah, of course they do. It's their job, but
They do that job.
mainly the thing was what got me to sign it. That's like right away, of course, is like this is like the order that the people who in charge know that you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they know I'm here and where I'm at, they all know what who lives where and everything. And if they have an order and there's like, oh, someone lives there,
Right.
they're gonna send people here to help me if shit's going down.
Right.
So, but
Yeah, my preference would be to stay, especially if you've done what you can to clear around
Yeah,
your
I've
property.
cleared a lot.
You have water and the ability to, you know, fight. You know what I mean? And
I have 3 hoses. I can use 3 hoses at the same time because I got the tank, I got the hot tub, and I got my well. You know what I mean? If I can have 3 hoses going, you know, sprinkler here, sprinkler there, and one with the hand hose, and I got lots of hoses I could, you know.
Right.
And then, I mean, if shit got really hot, I could get in my hot tub, or I could just have my car facing down and just drive out of here. You know. Trees aren't going to fall on the ground that fast for me not to be able to get out. You know.
Yeah, it would have to be coming up from this direction to threaten you that way, and you would know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's coming up from that
Right.
direction.
And I would be going down there and monitoring.
Yeah, what's your other way out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if there is none, then you just leave.
Yeah, and if you could at least slow it down in places, you know what I mean? It's like you don't let it get momentum, you know, it becomes much easier to manage. You know?
Right.
Yeah, just someone there out there doing something is going to make a difference. That's a helicopter. That's them talking right now.
Yeah.
That's cool, huh? We could see it on here.
Yeah, awesome.
I get an email every day when the space shuttle flies over, and I just subscribe to the space shuttle's YouTube channel where they shoot Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude, I retweeted this thing. It was Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of himself with the Earth behind him on like one of the Apollo missions.
Yeah.
He goes, here, this is the best selfie ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta be badass to have
You
a
got the
selfie
Earth
like
all the way
that.
back there.
Yeah.
And that was like done in 1968 or something.
So, if I go comment on a video that gets popular, my comment stays on there, and hundreds of people will like it and talk about it and shit. Like Kevin Spacey made a video birthday card to Bill Clinton, and it was just him and Hillary, and I put on the comment.
Carry up on your shoulders.
Bill was the best president of the modern age. Hillary 2016, double rainbow all the way. And it got like almost 200 likes and like almost as many comments.
That's funny.
Kept me at the top of that thing. I know they know who I am.
That's funny. Double rainbow all the way.
So, it looks like there's going to be a young woman coming here in a car with a dog to hang out here with me and then stay here while I'm gone. Try the job. Cool. And if everything goes right, I mean, if that crop makes me money, then I want to go all around California and go like to Death Valley and Joshua Tree, and then hit all like a bunch of collectives in LA. You know, so because I'm pretty sure it's going to go legal in 2016, and when it does, I'm right now what I'm doing is I'm
I might have
breeding.
something. I may have a rectifying of the
Just
situation.
strains and making these seeds, and I'm getting ready to be able to market this shit when it's legal, and then I can do well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the chief editor of High Times magazine just wished me happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I bet by morning, unless it gets windy or it's super hot and windy in the morning, that they're gonna have it knocked out. I bet think they get it contained tonight, or mostly contained. Because, you know, they know which way the wind's going to blow, and they know how it's going to behave depending on what the expected weather conditions are. So it looks like they got a good handle on it. I mean, it's not angry and out of control. You know what I mean?
Like that one fire.
Did you get anything?
Created that demon in the sky.
I know, it's just
It ate the
I
tape.
can't find that video anymore.
Remember when
I'll send you a link to it.
What's that?
it ate the tape?
Oh, oh, that's still a thing.
What?
A
It's
cassette
a tape
player.
in that boom box.
This is an eclectic little.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
A little background music.
That's cool. Yeah, I think they got a handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that crop's just about done. Looking good. I do a monster down there. I'm gonna get like more than 10,000 seeds.
Nice.
So, if you guys are hungry, you guys you could start because.
Are you hungry?
Okay.
Are you hungry?
No. I think I've been really looking forward to a drink. We haven't been drinking in the last few days.
You want another?
For a while there, for a while there, we were drinking every day.
What's up? One beer.
Oh,
Like one beer every day.
yeah, but
I went a whole day without drinking one.
I think
Once.
yeah, a couple times.
I think one drink a day is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, it's good for the soul. One drink that you remember, the other one you forget. It's all good.
You only got the one to remember.
so I recently became in contact with one of my dad's sisters. It's my dad.
So that's your aunt.
My dad's son, like my dad's half brother.
Yeah, you're half uncle.
Yeah. So, and we've been friends, and then he's like, "I have a picture of your great grandfather or your grandfather." And I was like, "Wow!" And he posted it. He looks like me. Big tall guy like me too. And right?
Yeah. Can I get that chicken?
Yeah. It's in one of those little bowls covered with the aluminum foil. Like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so he put me in contact with another great uncle who knew a lot of info, and I had a long conversation with him. It's really interesting. Found out a lot about my family history and recorded it
Oh
when I was talking to my friend.
Yeah, on my dad's side, my uncle, his oldest brother, documented our entire family tree all the way back to like the early 1600s. When
Yeah.
the first man took the last name Turkunian
Yeah.
back in Turkey.
Wow.
All the way out to like as far as my nieces and nephews, as much information as he had when he died.
Wow.
Huge family tree. It's all in Armenian though.
Wow.
But he used English numbers, so I can see the dates.
Hmm. Interesting.
The years when people were born. And there was a book that his father wrote,
Huh.
about the family and how it moved around and all this and that. When he died of school, my grandfather and grandmother, my dad's parents, were born like 1900, prior century. They were teenagers when they were forced out of Turkey during World War I and ended up in Jerusalem.
Where?
Jerusalem,
Oh, wow.
Middle East. They got forced into the desert. 600,000 of them. Only 90,000 survived. Yeah, through the desert.
Wow.
and they were, you know, they were teenagers at the time, so they were a little more resilient than most, I guess. They made it and got married and started having kids. My dad was doing it.
Oh. Really?
I want to write a book about the college that I thought it was for me, and it sounds like that's what you're going.
So, you know, his parents were essentially Armenian refugees.
Living in Jerusalem.
Living in Jerusalem.
Damn. Yeah, you know, it feels good to live in this country and you don't have to think about shit like that. You know, like, having people with guns
I
fucking
mean,
making us do
the
our
highs are really, really high.
So far.
So,
No, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. If you, I mean, it's, you know, if there comes to a time when I need guns, I'm gonna have them.